What is good, YouTube? Warstu here. Warner Bros. Is expecting to attach the Fantastic Four First Steps main trailer to the Thunderbolts, which does make sense. So, the main narrative of this video is we're going to be talking about a brand new and more realistic plot leak for the Fantastic Four, and if this is true, this literally changes everything that anybody and anyone knows about this movie. So, yo, what is freaking good, YouTube? Warstu here. If you are new around, make sure to subscribe to never miss any of the Marvel, DC, Kaiju, Monsterverse, pop culture-based content that I try to deliver on a daily basis. You could subscribe to the channel, turn notifications on, and let me know how excited are you for the Marvel Thunderbolts, the Daredevil season Born Again finale, and also how excited are you for the Fantastic Four movie. Also, we have a channel over on Instagram at Warstu, where I can post a lot more of these leaks and stuff properly, because it's really hard to post this kind of stuff on YouTube. So check us out on Warstu on Instagram if you want to see the beautiful face behind the beautiful voice. But without further ado, check us out on Twitter first. Warstu. Right, let's get into it. So it's worth saying this is allegedly coming from a reliable source. So it reads like this. Begins with a late night talk show celebrating 4 years with the Fantastic Four with a retrospective of their origins and adventures so far. The Fantastic Four are supposed to attend but can't because they're busy fighting a red ghost and his super apes. Paul Walter plays Mole Man, the Fantastic Four first villain who lives in an underground kingdom of Santorinia. He's not actually a bad guy and helps them save the world in the end. Now, this is where it starts to get interested if this alleged information is true. So, the Silver Surfer arrives on Halloween night of all nights. Sue is pregnant at this point. The Fantastic Four confront her in the Fantastic Car, and her first lines are, "I herald his beginning. I herald you end. I herald Galactus." Johnny tries to chase her, and we've actually kind of seen this in the trailer, but she flies into space where he can't flame on due to lack of oxygen. The Fantastic Four go to space to confront Galactus. Sue goes into labor and baby Franklin is born. He has a rare genetic anomaly that gives him a godlike molecule manipulation powers. Galactus offers to spare Earth if the Fantastic Four gives Franklin to him, as he plans to use Franklin's power to revive his dead universe. But the Fantastic Four naturally refuse. Well, it is Sue and Reed Richards' kid after all. So, Earth's population actually turns. Now, this is interesting because this was not said on any of the other leaks. So, Earth's population actually turns on the Fantastic Four because they refuse to give up Franklin. And at one point, they storm the Baxter building and beat up the Fantastic Four robot's assistant, Kirby. Natasha plays Sharon, a woman who hides Sue's baby, Franklin. When they go on the run, Molecule Man shelters them at the subterranean, and Sharon later convinces him to send his molds to rescue the population and hide them in the subterranean, while the Fantastic Four fight Galactus on the surface. They defeat Galactus in the end with Silver Surfer's help and ride off into the sunset. As the public cheers for them, Mole Man and Sharon get together. Ends 1 year later with the same late night talk show celebrating 5 years with the Fantastic Four. The Fantastic Four are supposed to attend, but again they can't because they're busy saving the world. Now, this is very interesting. Why? Because this is an origin story for the Fantastic Four. There's no real setup for Avengers Doomsday, which, don't get me wrong, this doesn't actually mean this is not real, doesn't mean it is real, but it is something that Marvel would do, would be just to set up the Fantastic Four in their own movie. Now, we do know most of the plot leaks and most of the so-called scoopers, you know, the fake scoopers, are saying that Doctor Doom and Chris Evans are going to be in a post-credit scene, and it's going to set up Doctor Doom coming to the MCU. But I don't know, because if their universe is an independent universe that isn't the main part of the Sacred Timeline 616, then it would make a lot of sense. But then again, it doesn't make a lot of sense, because then that means there's no setup for Avengers Doomsday in Thunderbolts, and there's no setup for Avengers Doomsday in the Fantastic Four, except for the post-credit scene. And this is the ending of the movie massively changed, because initially it was said that Galactus was supposed to destroy this sacred Earth, and that Galactus was going to try to get to the sacred timeline with the Fantastic Four. So this really does change the game, and it changes everything that we thought we knew, only if this information is true. Like I say, we can never validate information, but like I say, more information that is true, that isn't true, that actually turns out to be true, doesn't come from scoopers. It actually comes from 4chan and Reddit, and just random leaks that appear online. Because I keep telling you, lads, most of the scoopers don't know what they're on about. So there is lots of pinnacle parts in this post-credit kind of leak, if you like. The Fantastic Four versus the people of Earth. Now, that's an interesting aspect that we've never really seen in any of the Marvel movies, but you've got to give it to Marvel, right? A lot of people criticize Marvel recently, but hell, Marvel is cooking. We are getting the Void in the Thunderbolts. We are getting Galactus and the Silver Surfer in the Fantastic Four movie. We are getting Doctor freaking Doom in Avengers Doomsday. Marvel is freaking cooking. We are getting generational god tier like villains, and Marvel fans are talking about it like it's nothing, but we've not really had many great villains except for Loki and Thanos in the MCU. So Marvel are freaking cooking, lads, at the moment when it comes to villains, and I think it is underappreciated. Now, we're not going to know what the actual post-credit scene is until very close to the movie. Let's be honest, lads, but it would make a lot of sense, to be fair, because Galactus was never going to be a one-and-done villain. Now, Galactus does get defeated, but he isn't exactly killed at all. So Galactus could return, and Galactus was never supposed, although Galactus could literally be a saga-long villain himself. Galactus in this movie was never set up to be a saga villain. It was just a Fantastic Four villain for the entry movie. Although I still feel like Doctor Doom should be, because Doctor Doom is technically actually a Fantastic Four villain. And he's, I mean, yeah, I guess you could say he's an Avengers villain. But to me, it would make a lot more sense if Doctor Doom was actually a Fantastic Four villain and not an Avengers villain. But it is very interesting. So like always, guys, let us know down below. What do you think? Are you interested in this? Do you not care? It is interesting, and it has come from a somewhat fairly reliable source, so I am really looking forward to seeing what you guys and girls think. So like always, guys, check us out on Instagram. Yeah, Warstu to see the beautiful face behind the voice. We have an Instagram channel over there where I can post a lot of these leaks and stuff much faster. Also, if you could, check us out on Twitter. Warstu. I'm trying to grow my Twitter, but Twitter's a kind of application where you've got to pay for Twitter Blue in order to grow. It's not like it used to be, but it is what it is, lads. So like always, guys, check us out on Instagram at Warstu. Check us out on Twitter, Warstu, and I'll catch ya in another video very soon. Catch ya later.